participating in a challenge hosted by
Sabs Rehab.
This challenge is called the $100 challenge. So basically, I am going to pretend like I'm a newbie and I'm starting everything out fresh. I don't have any supplies and I'm going out and I'm buying all this stuff. So like my paint brushes and all that stuff that you need for refinishing furniture. We don't need to include tax because taxes are subjective, obviously, and they change per state or wherever you are in the world. At the end of the video, I'm going to list all my products used and the prices that I paid for them, and the goal in the end is to stay under $100 for my project. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you check out the playlist with all the participants, and I will link that below and on the end screen. Okay, so I am in this pigsty of a mess in my garage right now, trying to find a project for the $100 or less challenge. So see this mess in here? This is what it looks like inside of my head. I have a million thoughts going constantly, and this mess is just like a figure of speech. So I'm looking for something that was basically cheap or free, which is pretty much all of it in here. I got these end tables right here. I think I'm gonna go with these. I think I paid $6 for that set of end tables. I'm either gonna do those or I am going to do that little white shelf way in the back over there, and that was like, I don't know, I think that was like $1. Ugh. So much of a mess in here. This is crazy. All right, kind of a little embarrassing, but it is what it is. Okay.
So I ended up going with these end tables, and then I went back and checked my invoice to confirm the price, and I paid $7 for both of them. And then I purchased them from an auction, so there's always like a fee on top of it. I think it's either like 15 or 18%. So I just went ahead and I rounded that up to $8 for my total. I really like to prep my piece by sanding. I feel like I get optimal adhesion when I sand, so I'm always sanding my piece to prep. So I started out sanding by hand because if I'm a newbie, well, I probably don't have some type of sander. So I'm showing you guys how I sand all those cracks and crevices with my sandpaper folded in half. I buy my sandpaper in bulk, and that is how, in my opinion, you get the most value for your money. You can buy in bulk just like one grit sandpaper, or you can buy multiple grit sandpapers. So like, 60, 80, 120, 180, 220, etc. So I just went on Amazon and I found some sandpaper that had all the different grits in it for around $6. And I think there are 40 pieces of sandpaper in that included in that price. Something I feel like I talk about in pretty much every single one of my videos is how you should really use a proper respiratory mask. So I have also included that in my total price for this challenge. I have found several on Amazon and they're only like $18 or $19. I mean, they're so cheap and you get all the stuff with them. You get goggles, you get extra filters. It's totally worth it, in my opinion, to invest in a respiratory mask. And not just a regular one, make sure you get one that is rated for chemicals. So anytime you are sanding or you are using some type of chemical, such as like stripper or a sealant or anything like that, wear your mask and protect your lungs. I really do feel like I talk about this all the time, but I honestly wish somebody had recommended this to me when I first started furniture flipping. It's really so super important, and I did not use them for years, and my lungs are so sensitive to like the smallest amount of dust or fumes or smell. And I really recommend you guys getting one of these. I went and switched to my uh, orbital sander. So we did not have to include this in our total price for this challenge. But what I recommend you guys doing, once you make your first sale, immediately invest in this type of power tool, whether it be a palm sander or an orbital sander. I like my orbital sander, but you can get a palm sander, a mouse sander, any type of sander. They're really not that expensive. Use your profit you make from your very first sale and purchase one of these. You're going to see and feel like a huge difference and time saver when it comes to using this type of power tool. It will rip your finish off so fast. Scuff sanding for your prepping is just so easy with something like this. And please remember to check out the playlist and see all the other videos of all the other YouTube creators that have joined this challenge. So after you get your piece all scuff sanded and ready for painting, make sure you clean it so well first. So you can just take like a washcloth or a rag or something and use like soapy water, or sometimes I'll use vinegar, and clean everything off. And if you have like little teeny tiny cracks right there where you can't get the dust out of, like in the corners or whatever, just take a small paintbrush or your paintbrush and just kind of brush it out with your paintbrush. And you just want to make sure you get it super clean so you don't have like little dust particles that get into your paint, and it could also cause your paint to not adhere properly. After cleaning it, make sure everything is dry, then you are ready to paint. So in this video, I am using a new to me paint. I have never used this paint before. It's called Paint Couture. I got 16 ounces for, well, I got it on sale, but if you were to go out and buy it retail price, it would be $23. I purchased it on sale, and I'm about to tell you guys the secret. So, how I found out that this paint was on sale was I am part of a destashing group on Facebook. There are a lot of different destashing groups. One of them is for like crafts and like destashing and selling craft supplies. And there is one that I'm part of that is for specifically for furniture refinishing, where they sell paint and like furniture transfers and molds and stencils and stuff like that. It's just basically people are either reselling um, items that they don't need anymore. Sometimes they are used or gently used, and sometimes there will be um, like retailers that are clearancing out their product that they might not be selling anymore. And that's basically how I purchased this on sale, and it was actually like 40 or 50% off. I paid for this paint particularly. So if you're new at flipping furniture, you can still go out there and find deals and not have to pay full price for a product. I'm also using one of my favorite brushes, and this is a Wooster brand, synthetic, bristled, rubber handled brush. And I love this brush. I feel like it's super ergonomical, it's easy to use, and it does a really good job. And they totally won't break the bank at $6. When you're done painting, you need to seal. So I am using this Miniwax Soft Touch Wax and a super fancy tool to apply it. The wax is like $13. I found it online and I like it. It goes on really good. It's easy to use. And my preferred method or tool is just an old sock or rag or something to apply it. I feel like this is much easier for me to control than using a brush. This wax gives it like a really super soft, buttery feel, and I just love that about it. So just buff it on and buff it off. Wax on, wax off. If you guys are still watching, it must be that good, right? So please remember to like and subscribe, ring my notification bell, and comment, share it. All the things. It all helps me. All right, so let's start tallying everything up. My sandpaper was $6 rounded up. My paintbrush was $6 rounded up. And of course, the cost of the tables was $8 rounded up. Then we have the paint was $23 rounded up. And the face mask, I'm totally including that because I really feel like that is super important, is $19 rounded up. And then the wax was $13 rounded up. So the grand total for all of these things was ding 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 $75. That's pretty good. And I should double my money on this flip. I'm not going to price them super high because there are some flaws. There's some glass inserts that go on the top that do have some scratches on them. So I'm going to kind of price these tables conservatively because I do want them to sell fast and there is imperfections. So, but yeah, for $75, these turned out beautifully. And it just kind of goes to show you, you don't have to spend a ton of money to flip furniture. Neutral colors like grays, beiges, whites, blacks are always really good sellers, and they usually sell really fast. So that's a good pointer right there if you are a newbie and you want to flip furniture for profit. Stick with the neutrals, especially for starting out, so that way you can kind of build up your supplies, maybe get yourself some profit so you can buy your sander or other power tools.
Thank you
Sabs, rehabs.
for hosting this challenge. It was a lot of fun. And please remember to check out the playlist here somewhere around here. I will put the link to that. Yeah, and have a great day, you guys. Bye.